Hey time travelers, it's the Historical Oracle, and today we're going to talk about Santa Claus. Well, more specifically, we're mostly going to talk about St. Nicholas. People often think that St. Nicholas and Santa Claus are one and the same, but really Santa Claus is derived from Turkish, Dutch, and Nordic legends, all wrapped up into one jolly gift-giving persona. So, not much is verifiably known about the real Saint Nicholas. It can be safely assumed that he was the Bishop of Myra, which is in modern-day Turkey, during the 4th century. He was tortured during the Roman Emperor Diocletian's empire-wide Christian persecution, but released from prison upon Constantine's Edict of Milan, which extended religious freedom to Christians. One story tells that Nick was present during the 325 Council of Nicaea, and that he got into an argument with Arius, considered by most church fathers to be a heretic. They threw hands, and Nick punched Arius in the face. He was buried in a church in Myra, which had become a regular shrine for sailors by the 6th century. But why was he associated with gift-giving, enough to become one of the main bases for Santa Claus? There was this story that this guy in Nick's area couldn't find enough money for his 3 daughters' dowries to get them married. Without the options of other jobs for women back then, they would have had to become prostitutes. So Nick heard about their plight, and he goes there at night and throws a bag of money in through the window. With this, the father is able to find his first daughter a husband. This continues with the second and third daughter, and the father finally catches Nick in the act and thanks him. Nick tells him not to spread the word about the gifts, because he's a modest guy, or because he doesn't want the father to be humiliated about his own lack of funds. No one knows how true the story is. I, for one, find it entirely plausible, but people have debated over its historicity for years. The point is, however, that a generous guy named St. Nicholas allegedly snuck gifts into a guy's home in the dead of night. And St. Nicholas's feast day was celebrated in December 6th in the Western Church and December 19th in the Eastern Church. Both dates, of course, being pretty close to Christmas. So already his feast day is in December, and he has this reputation for giving secret gifts, and then the Dutch step in. See, Nick's Dutch feast in the Middle Ages began with celebrations that included placing money in the shoes of the poor, which evolved into placing presents in children's shoes. So, during the Reformation, Martin Luther and other reformers wanted to abolish saint feasts and change the gift-giving festival associated with Nicholas to Christmas Eve, with the celebrations being in honor of the Christ child, or Christkindl, instead of the saint. But while most of these celebrations and admiration for Nick waned, they didn't in Holland. In Holland, Saint Nicholas was called by his Dutch name, Sinterklaas. Sinterklaas, at this point, had become really his own figure. He had been largely merged with the figure of Odin, who was also called Jolnir, meaning Yule figure. Yuletide was celebrated by the Nordic and Germanic peoples alike in midwinter, and during this time Odin was said to lead the wild hunt of spirits across the sky, riding atop his 8-legged horse Sleipnir and delivering gifts to his worshippers. Later, the ideas of riding across the sky at the head of a procession, giving out gifts to good children, became associated with Sinterklaas, as he and Odin sort of merged into one figure. They also adapted elements of the Finnish figure of Joulupukki, who has a long white beard like Odin, wears warm red clothes, and travels around in a reindeer-drawn sleigh delivering gifts to good children. When the Dutch brought the festival to America in the 17th century, we quickly dubbed the man Santa Claus. Then, with the world's continuing industrialization in the 19th century, we officially made Santa Claus a Christmas staple. So, that's how St. Nicholas and Odin and Finnish guy became a bunch of other people and eventually turned into Santa Claus. Confusing, I know. And that, time travelers, is the end of the video. For more trips down memory lane, leave a like down below and subscribe to the Historical Oracle. Thanks for watching!